Okay, so Sandeep, you just told me like you guys are working on some basic stuff of Citrix, like for a kind of dev site support
Yeah,
or element support, right? So just let me know.
yeah,
Do you have any idea what is Citrix and how it works? Any idea, anything you have, you can let me know.
yeah. Uh, she Citrix is a VDI solution that provided for many companies, and companies uses that in that VDI solution for their infra, and its main component, its main products are Gen apps and Gen desktop.
When you are talking about the VDI, what is VDI?
VDI.
And where you guys are deploying those VDI? Some hardware should be there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What is that?
Hardware like
Okay, so let me cover this
what?
point. When we talk about the VDI, so VDI means that is virtual desktop infrastructure. Okay, so
Infrastructure.
what we are doing, we are hosting the virtual machines over the cloud. When we are talking about the cloud, we are talking about the virtualization, right? So
Yeah.
Citrix is most popular for the virtualization, and now points come what is virtualization, right? So any idea what is virtualization?
Uh, Virtualization means the things exist, but we can't touch that.
Mm-hmm.
That is virtualization.
It's a kind of answer with sociology kind of thing, right? Not with the IT
Yeah.
persons, right? So we are not here for the psychology or other you know
Actually,
topics. Yeah.
uh, latest I switched to IT, and earlier I was
Okay. And
mechanical.
mechanical
Yeah,
engineering. When you completed your engineering,
yeah, yeah. And 2014.
I completed it in 2013 actually.
Okay,
Mhm. I was from the like electronics. My stream was electronics. That's EC, if
okay.
you heard about that particular branch.
Yeah, yeah.
So basically, if we talk about the virtualization, virtualization is nothing. With the help of virtualization, we can easily utilize any hardware up to its maximum efficiency. Means ideally it should be 100%, but practically nothing is 100%, right? So we are trying to achieve the maximum of efficiency from any hardware as much as we can do. Okay, so if someone asks you like what is it takes and how it works, right? So your answer we like it is a company located on US Florida, and it is most popular for virtualization with two products, that is JANApp and Gen Desktop. Earlier those products were named as JANApp and Gen Desktop. Now they guys rename their product to Citrix Virtual Apps and Virtual Desktop. Okay, so for older persons like me who are working on Citrix since a long time, so we guys still use that wording only like GenApp and Gen Desktop. Okay, but for the newcomers and for freshers, now they guys rename their product to like GenApp they renamed to Virtual App, and Gen Desktop they renamed it to Virtual Desktop. Okay, so that is the only difference.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, so this is a kind of basic definition. If someone means if you are preparing for Citrix interview kind of, it may be a first question, what is Citrix, right? So no one knows
Yeah,
what they can ask. So please do remember that term, like headquarter US Florida, and it is most popular for two products, GenApp and Gen Desktop, for virtualization, right? And now those two products are renamed to like from Gen app to virtual app and from Gen desktop to virtual desktop. That's it. Okay. Any doubt here?
no.
No. Okay. Mhm. Why my slider is not working? Okay. So now coming to the working and key components. So like as you guys working, I think whatever we discussed, Sandeep, right? So you guys are working
Yeah.
here only with left hand side with end user devices, right? So let me explain this diagram to you. It is a kind of working chart for Citrix. So that right hand side area, this area, it is your data center where all the core components are hosted. Okay, and in between we are having firewall like Citrix Netscaler or Citrix Gateway. It is an option, like it is an optional thing. Okay, means if you are having any other firewall from Cisco or from Nutanix, you can deploy that firewall as well. So that's Citrix Gateway is additional thing, but it is always recommended to have Citrix Netscaler for a load balancing only. Okay, and on your left hand side, this is an end user device. So how things works like this is my end user laptop. In my end user laptop, what I have to do or what user have to do, user have to install one software which is known as Citrix Workspace or Citrix Receiver earlier. Okay, so that particular software that's need to application needs to be installed in end user device. Then how user access your infra with the help of storefront server. So what is storefront server? Storefront server is nothing. It is just a web page for end user, right? So you have to
Yeah.
share some URL to your end user, like you have to ask your user, like please do open a web browser in your laptop or desktop, whatever you are using. On that web browser, you must have to type some web address.
Yeah.
Okay, and after that storefront will ask for the authentication, means for the credentials to end user, right?
Mhm.
So user
Yeah.
must have to enter the credentials in storefront server. So what storefront server do? Storefront server forward that query to delivery controller. Why? Because those credentials needs to be
For
validated, like
authentication.
credentials are correct or not, right? So
Ah,
what delivery controller will do, it will forward that query to Active Directory server. Why? Because Active Directory server is responsible to validate the credentials, right?
yeah.
That is our Windows server, right? So it will
Yeah, yeah.
forward the query to Active Directory server. Then query goes back to the delivery controller. Then again to the storefront server. When user
Mm,
clicked on the login page, then after he
mm,
will get the whatever the icons or desktop published to him. Okay, and how it will
mm.
get on the next screen, again that query goes to delivery controller, and delivery controller will it will check with the database. Means it will check with the SQL server, like please let me know whatever the icons or applications are published to that particular user, right? So
Yeah,
whatever is there into the database for that user, all those icons will be visible to the end user. Okay, when he
yeah.
logged in, then after what user will do, user have to double click on that icon, and one ICA file will get downloaded, and that ICA file will we launch with the help of Citrix Workspace. Okay,
Works.
and then user
Yeah.
will be able to access the infra. Now coming to the core components. So SQL Server and Active Directory, these are not the core components of Citrix. These are the products from the Microsoft only. Okay, this
Yeah.
one SQL is for database and Active Directory is for to manage users and computers. Okay,
Yeah.
these are the core components, like delivery controller is a centralized server and to which we have to attach all those core components. Storefront is a web page. Citrix Studio, it is a GUI tool. With the help of that tool, you can manage your entire data center. Like you can create the machine catalogs, you can configure the delivery groups, you can publish the applications. Those kind of like activities you can perform with the Studio. Citrix Director, it is a tool for troubleshooting perspective. Okay, if you have to
Yeah.
troubleshoot any end user VDI issues, if you have to take a shadow of an end user session, in that case, you can use that like
Yeah.
director tool.
That,
And coming to a license server, so license server, it is something related to licensing only. Means if you are managing 100 computers in Citrix infra, so in that case, what you have to do, you have to procure a license from Citrix, right? Why? Because you
yeah.
are using their product, and what you have to do, you have to buy 100 license at least. And if you have got 100 license and you are trying to manage 150 computers, right, in that case you will get some alert from Citrix, like you are overutilizing our license. Means you will get some grace period for 10 days or 30 days, but in that particular duration, what you have to do, you have to pay some amount to Citrix to get the
Yeah.
license. Okay,
Yeah.
now coming to the hypervisor. So in the market, we are having three popular players, right? who is providing the hypervisor. On the topmost, it is VMware, vSphere client. Second hypervisor is Citrix hypervisor, uh, earlier which was known as Gen server. Okay, and third hypervisor is from the Microsoft, that is known as Hyper-V. Okay, so it doesn't matter. You can use Citrix hypervisor, you can use Hyper-V, or you can use VMware to host your virtual machines. Okay, any doubt here?
No.
Okay,
No, sir.
so now coming to the firewall part, so as I told you, it is always be recommended to have a NetScaler for better functionality and load balancing, but it is a kind of optional thing. Means if you are having any separate firewall, you can use that as well. Why? Because the task for firewall, it is just to secure your infra from any kind of unauthorized access, right? So for
Yeah.
firewall, we are having multiple options available into the market. Okay. Now coming to the layers in Citrix. Okay. So if someone asks you like how many layers are there in Citrix, so what you have to answer it like we are having 5 layers. Okay. So first layer, it will be your user layer. On your user layer, users and user devices will be there with one application installed, which is known as Citrix Workspace. Okay. Coming to the access layer, so access layer is responsible for end user access into your data center, right? So as you can see in the access layer, we are having a firewall. In this case, it's Citrix firewall, and second access layer is storefront. Why? Because those are both are acting as a like access layer only, right? Because
Yeah.
those particular two products are responsible for user authentications. Okay. Coming to the control layer, in control layer we are having our controllers like delivery controller, domain controller, then SQL server, license server, file server. On file server, what we have to do? We have to host, we have to like store the data or files, whatever we have, right? Domain controller is responsible for authentication. Delivery controller is, responsible to like make the internal communication, right? So as you can see here, delivery controller is responsible to forward query here and there, okay?
Yeah.
And in the same way, SQL is responsible for database and license is for license, and next layer will be resource layer. So what is resource layer? Resource layer, into the resource layer, all of your resources will be hosted on the hypervisor. Okay, like if you have to publish any server to end user, any like Windows machine, any application, like we known as a VDA, like a virtual delivery agent. Okay, and coming to the last layer, which is known as hardware layer. Actually, in the hardware layer, it is the hypervisor, and on that hardware, you will get good configuration in memory, in terabyte or petabytes. You will get thousands of like CPU threads. You will get good graphic card, and on that particular strong guest hardware, what you have to do, you can deploy n number of machines depending on the capacity of hardware. Okay, so coming to the hardware part, like for hypervisors. Like, uh, like, have you guys ever heard about the Nutanix box?
No, sir.
Okay,
No,
so
sir.
actually, Nutanix box, it is a very good configuration hardware. It has been provided by Dell or any other vendor. Basically, like 90% of companies are using Nutanix box as a hypervisor, and some of the companies also using Dell servers to configure them as a hypervisor. Okay. So if someone asks you like which hypervisor you are using in your infra, so openly you can answer like Nutanix box, and we are having some Dell servers. Okay, they are not going to ask you any model. Okay, but for safe
Yeah.
at site, I will let you know the model name as well. Okay,
Yeah.
so any doubt here in that layer part?
No, I have one query that
Mhm.
license server is also used during the login process or not?
License server will be there into the login process. Why? Because you are publishing any application or desktop to end user by Citrix only, right? So that is a
Yeah.
separate process, okay? That I will let you know with the practicals how license will it will be getting allocated to end users, okay? If there is no license, or if any machine is into the unregistered state, na, in that case it will not publish to end user. Means user will get the icon, but when he double click on that icon, na, he will get some error like, cannot start the application or desktop, right? Those kind of issues.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
license is license basically license server is responsible to register your machine with your delivery controller. Okay, if any machine is it means if any machine is not registered state, na, in that case it will not be accessible from the end user. Okay,
Yeah.
now coming to the like session summary, like what we are going to cover. Okay, so
Yeah.
first thing that we are discussing, like Citrix introduction and prerequisites, like how it works, right? And from second lecture onwards, every session will be with the practicals only, right? So in the second one, we will learn how to install and configure the core components and the delivery controller. In the third one, we will learn how to install and configure the hypervisor.
Yeah.
In the fourth one, we will learn how to create a site and how to add delivery controller to that site. In the fifth lecture, we will learn how to create the master image or golden image and how to install the VDA agent. Okay. In the sixth one,
Yeah.
we will learn how to create the machine catalog. In the seventh one, we will learn how to configure the delivery groups. In the eighth one, we will install and configure one Citrix storefront server. Okay. In the ninth
Yeah.
one, we will test our deployment from end user PC, like whatever we deployed now from lecture 2 to lecture 8. Like these are the
Yeah.
core technical lectures with practicals only. In the ninth one, we will test our deployment, like whether our users will be able to access the infra or not. Okay, or if they are facing any issues, those kind of troubleshooting part we will cover in the 10th one. Okay, like in the 10th one, we will cover like troubleshooting and other issues which is related to production. If something goes down, how to recover that thing. Okay,
Yeah.
so that is the session summary. Coming to the lab, so as you can see, uh, we have to create some machines, like domain controller should be there, and second server will be our delivery controller, and we will install all the Citrix core components in that server only. Our third and fourth server will be our hypervisors. Why I selected two hypervisors, means in that case if my one hypervisor goes down, na, in that case we can easily like switch all the operations to the second hypervisor or vice versa. Okay, if this goes down, in that case we can switch in real time. And like
Yeah.
fifth and sixth machines, those machines are our end user machines, right?
Yeah.
Like with this end users machine, what we will do, we will install Citrix workspace in this machine, right? And we will try to uh, get access to the resources with the help of storefront server. Any doubt here? Means
Yeah.
each
I
and
have
every.
one question.
Mhm.
Yes, yes.
Tell me,
Yeah. Vinay, please.
No, you ask.
you there?
Yeah. Yeah, sir, I have one question that in
Hmm.
previous slide you are showing that 10 session.
Hmm.
So, are you giving access to us to perform these tasks, or we have to
Hmm.
learn the theory part only?
No, no, you will be means I will show you with practicals only. I'm not going to show you anything with theoretical part only. Okay, so
Yeah,
as you can see now, I'm going to use my this laptop only to set up the entire lab and other stuff. Okay,
yeah, yeah,
so no
yeah.
worries. So
No,
do you guys?
sir, I am asking that
Mhm.
can we get remote access, or so we can perform by our hand, so we
No,
can
no,
learn
no,
more.
no, 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 man.
No.
What you are asking? Okay, so look, this is a lab. Okay, means do you guys having a laptop with you or not?
Yeah, I am accessing from laptop and Vinay, I think from phone.
Okay, so just
I
let
have
me
opened
know
the application.
what is the configuration of your laptop, whatever you have.
Sir, 8 GB RAM and 500
Your voice
GB.
is means not clear actually.
Sir, 8 GB RAM and 500 GB ROM.
Who is this, Sandeep?
And
Or?
I5, I5.
Yeah,
i5.
same.
Okay, so i5 may work somehow, but you might have to arrange at least, 16 GB of RAM at least. Okay, means 8 GB will not work. Why? Because we have to create multiple machines, right? I will guide you how to, but no worries for now. Now what you have to do, you have to follow me. Okay, whatever I'm performing now, you have to see that thing, right? And once we will, finish all those stuff, then what I can do, I am having my own servers as well. Okay, if required, I will open one remote console to you guys at very, very, minimal charges. I have no issue in that. Okay, just try to arrange the memory. If you can arrange, that will be good. But if you can't arrange with i5 processor, means i5 is useless. Not useless, but that processor is not designed to perform those kind of operations. So as you can see, my CPU is with what is that? It's i7 with 10 generation, okay, and it is having already having 8 logical cores, okay. But in i5 now you will get only 2 logical cores, okay. So 2 logical cores, it can only handle 2 virtual machines only, okay. You cannot create more than that in that CPU. So no worries. What I will do, I will arrange some lab for you, as I told you. Okay, no worries in that. But that lab will be required only after when we will cover some like practical things. Okay, and I will open one console to you guys. Okay, you can have a practice. Okay,
Okay,
and
Yeah,
whatever the charges for that, I
okay,
will share those thing with you guys separately. Not on this call. Why? Because this call is getting recorded. Okay.
yeah.
okay, sir.
Okay, now next thing, what is that? Where? Okay, so now I always forgot to add that slide. Let me create new slide. So now coming to the requirements. First, why it is going up?
Yeah, I have one question also.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
tell me.
that virtual lab we are creating is
Mm-hmm.
just for our uh, testing purpose or something for production or something else.
We will
Why
create.
we are creating
We will create
lab?
the buddy. You need something, na, to make to have some practice, right?
Yeah,
You need some servers, right? Like storefront
yeah,
server delivery kind of means what we will try to do. We will try to deploy the same infra on our personal laptop, whatever the infra you are having in your organizations. Okay. Why? Because you cannot play with your production servers, right? So you
yeah,
must have
yeah.
to create a separate lab, na? So that's what we are doing here, right?
Okay, thanks.
Okay, coming to the requirements. So in the skill set, like basic knowledge of servers. I think you guys have some basic knowledge, right?
Yeah,
So this is the pre-requirement, like the basic things like uh, Active Directory, that is ADDS, what is DSCP, right? And what
yeah.
is DNS. So this basic knowledge is required that we already discussed. I'm not sure why it is getting that much of large font. Okay. So now coming to the software requirement. So like Windows Server, like Win2K19, Windows Server ISO media that you can download from Microsoft, Win10 ISO media, and now for Citrix, like Citrix virtual apps and desktop. ISO file, then Citrix hypervisor, ISO file, then your Gen Center, application. So wait, means Citrix ISO file library link I will share with you guys. And for Windows Server and Windows 10, you can download directly from the Microsoft portal. You will get those ISO files at free of cost for next 180 days. Okay. So let me
Yeah.
check if I'm already having something. Where it is? Where it is? Hmm. So these are the links. Let me copy the links. Can I copy multiple links without switching? Okay, let me ping them high first. So first ISO you will get from this link. Second ISO from this link. These are the Citrix ISO files, okay?
Yeah.
And where is that third link? So third link you will get from here. Oh, what you have to do, you have to click on the link and you have to click on the request access. Okay, right now you guys are unable to access, but you have to open that link and you have to click somewhere to request access, and I will get one email from Google and I will approve that. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
and also someone asked me, where is that? Actually, I'm not saving any name, so okay, no worries. Let me search here only. I think Windows Server ISO media is common for everyone. You might be having already. If not, I'm sharing that link. What? I started downloading. Okay. So this is the link. Okay. What you have to do, you have to
Yeah.
just click on that 64 edition. Okay. The ISO file only. Do not download that PHP and other stuff. Okay. And please make sure you download in English language only. If you click somewhere else now, you will get Chinese or French language ISO. Okay. And now Windows 10 download. Windows 10 it will not require that much actually. What you have to do, you have to go to that link, okay? Then you have to click that download tool now. It will automatically, download the Windows 10 media, and then it will ask you to save it somewhere, okay? You have to select the path and you can save that. Okay, so any query, any concern so far? Anyone?
Oh,
Mm-hmm. So, okay,
so
one more thing is that, will you guys available in evening as well so that we can start quickly?
yeah.
In the evening after 8 p.m. Okay.
Yeah, it actually
Mm-hmm.
one of my coaching is already going on
What
for
time?
9 to 10 p.m. So
So we can connect after 10 as well. I have no issue in that. Okay.
uh,
Because I have to manage some US time as well. Okay. Or
oh
else what we can do, we can connect in morning only. Means it's totally up to you guys. Whatever the timing is, like okay with you guys, you can let me know. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
sure.
No worry. So what coaching you are getting parallelly? Is it for Citrix or for something else?
Something else.
Mm-hmm. What?
Actually, yeah. To be frank,
Mm-hmm.
I am currently switching from
Mm-hmm.
mechanical career to
Mm-hmm.
Citrix, and
Mm-hmm.
I will be joining from 20th of March at Genpack.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Where?
Yeah,
What is the location?
Noida.
Great. And what is
Uh,
your profile right now? What is your designation name? Whatever they given to you.
yeah, associate
Associate in Citrix or in IT?
Citrix,
Okay. Great. Great. Great.
associate consultant in Citrix, and that is L3 level.
L3 level. How they hired means? Means you just told me you are switching from different to different stream, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a long path story. We will discuss in next.
Okay. Okay. No worries.
Yeah,
Okay, guys. So I think rest of the things we can discuss on WhatsApp. What we discussed earlier, Sandeep. Okay. And
yeah,
this session is getting recorded, so no worries. We will connect
and
separately, or I will text you. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Anything else?
no, no.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much. So we will continue from tomorrow morning. Means what we can do, we can pick that time slot only if you guys are okay, 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. Okay, because
Yeah,
that morning time is very very good actually to
yeah.
learn something new, right? Means it's new for you guys, not for me actually. Okay, so no worries. And uh, okay, I have done. So what we will do, we will connect as soon as possible. Okay, and thank you very much. And I will share that recording with you guys. Okay, after the class. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.